Well, hello, you are on Britain today. We would like to let you in on some new technology that we've come up with. Actually, the US came up with it because the US is really the smartest country in the world, but you already knew that. Alright, so we've realized that there's something in the cell called the nucleus. It controls the cell and contains genetic material called DNA. There's three regions of the nucleus: the nuclear membrane, the nucleolus, and the chromatin. The nuclear membrane is the barrier of the nucleus and has double phospholipid membranes. It's selectively permeable, meaning it lets only certain substances in and out of the cell. The nucleolus makes ribosomes, which are sites of protein synthesis. Chromatin is the combination of DNA and proteins. One of its functions is to strengthen DNA to allow the cell to reproduce or divide. Basically, the nucleus, all it does all day is to really just tell the rest of the cell what to do, when to do it, and just basically is the brain of the cell. Anyways, oh, look at that, someone's brought me a cup of tea. Oh, good old British folks. Anyways, the vacuole, it is liquid filled. It may store food, water, minerals, or wastes. It basically is the trash can of the cell, I would say. The mitochondria now is the part of the cell that produces energy when food is broken down. It is often called the powerhouse of the cell. Ribosomes are where proteins are made and often are connected to the endoplasmic reticulum. I'm telling you, this is so hard to say, and I'm trying to say it in English, accent, so you USians will, understand what I'm saying. But endoplasmic reticulum is the transportation system in the cell. It connects the nuclear membrane with the cell membrane and is used in detoxification of the cell. Basically, it really is what brings centrioles. They are found only in animal cells. It is used in cell reproduction, and it is to help the chromosomes arrange before cell division. Oh, that's so helpful a bit, centrioles, I'm telling you. They're just so selfless. Anyways, the Golgi body, it's flat sacs. I used to think that they looked like grapes, but they really don't. They're flat sacs. Anyways, flat stacks, actually, not sacs. Then packages and secretes from the cell. So it packages anything that it needs, and if it doesn't need anything, it secretes it from the cell, is really what it does. The microvilli is a finger-like structure that's outside of the cell, and it's sometimes referred to as just adding area to the cell, but really what it does is it allows things to leave or come into the cell. It's also involved in whenever one cell is being bonded to it, it's involved in the bondage of the two. Because also the outside of the cell, the membrane of the cell is also involved in that. Peroxisomes are enclosed by a single membrane filled with enzymes, buttered off of the. Oh, hold on, I'm thirsty. Buttered off of the. Oh, hold on, I'm thirsty. Alright, anyways, thank you for your patience. The peroxisomes are enclosed by a single membrane filled with enzymes, buttered off of the endoplasmic reticulum. This endoplasmic organelle is specialized for carrying out reactions between oxygen and other substances. It only has one single membrane. Alright, so the nuclear envelope is the barrier separating the nucleus from the cytoplasm. So it is on the outside of the nucleus, and in order for it to be separated from the cytoplasm, it must be there to do its job. It has an inner and outer membranes where things can go in it or out of it, deciding on what the nuclear envelope decides to do with it, really. The cytoskeleton provides a structural framework of the cell and is responsible for cell movements. It is pretty much how we have a skeleton in our body, for all you science lovers out there. It's kind of like that, except it's in a cell, and it's really the cell skeleton, hence cytoskeleton. The cell membrane gives cell shape and holds the cytoplasm and controls what moves into and out of the cell. That's actually not the nuclear, it's not around the nucleus. Now that is just a part of the whole entire cell. It really has a bigger job than the nucleus, if you ask me, because not only is it just doing that to the nucleus, but it's also doing it to the whole entire cell. It's making sure that all the wastes are out of it, and pretty much everything in the cell is needed and not going. We have 3 concepts that we need to discuss. One of them is permeability, the permitting of things into and out of or through cells. Permeability, it can be selectively permeable. The nuclear membrane or anything else, or the nuclear envelope, or just the membrane of the whole entire cell. They could be selectively permeable, or they can just like not let anything into the cell. It's not just, everything's not just freely going in inside and out of the cell. They actually have to select what it wants inside of the cell and what it wants outside of the cell. Next thing that we have to talk about is cell junction. A cell junction is present when 2 plasma membranes are pressed together. That is whenever 2 cells touch, or I was talking earlier about how there are finger-like things outside of the finger-like structures called microvilli. That is also part of cell junction. Whenever all of 2 cells come together and they just touch or they join or anything like that, that's called cell junction whenever they collide. The last concept that we need to understand is cell diversity. Cell diversity is in general just the differences between cells and their functions and what are inside of them. One kind of cell diversity is the size of the cell. It can range from 1 micrometer to 200 micrometers, which is a really big, a huge difference considering it's a 200 micrometer difference. The shape, structure, and biochemistry often reflects functions. Some examples of some different kinds of cells are red blood cells and nerve cells and rod cells. So there's different kinds of cells that have different kinds of functions, and that would be really the concept of cell diversity. Keep watching us on the British channel 286,000. I would thank you for being patient with me, because you know how us British people are. We don't really have very much intelligence as the USians do. I would like to say thank you to all the patriots out there, and I would thank you that you do add technology to our brains. And for all you British people that are looking for more you know, knowledge, well, you can just listen to this video over and over and over again and just hope that you can possibly get something out of it.